Hey, folks, thanks for coming back in. Hope you guys enjoy the show. Welcome back to MBP Fishing. Yes, sir, Reed. Welcome back in. Hope you guys enjoy the show. Welcome. Happy Tuesday, by the way. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Yeah, welcome back into our channel. Welcome back to MBP Fishing. Yeah, welcome back into our channel. Whatever. All right. Didn't have time to go get a can of corn, but I did grab some whole kernel stuff off the road for chum. So our spot's been baited up. However, I was able to dig 3 dozen night crawls, so hopefully that will compensate. And yep, tell you what, let's get these rods out and see if we can catch some fish. Yeah, I am so tired of my worm bucket falling over on me all the time. I'm gonna dig a hole, just a nice little hole to put that in. All right, we're gonna be using worm on both rods, and I'm gonna be casting a little rooster tail down here. There are a lot of gar and a lot of other species down here chasing some fry and things. That way, where all the heck did all the worms go? Yeah, there they are. Sheesh. It's all down in the bottom. Get back in there. They're getting out. Get back in there, you little stinkers. Stay. I got some really, really active worms today, folks. It took me a little longer to dig bait, I'm afraid. We get later in the season, so it's getting harder and harder to dig bait. And don't tell me that cabin cruiser is going on this side. No, it's going on the other side. I was thinking, because that cabin cruiser's going to bank itself if it goes on this side. I hope you guys enjoy the show. Let me get the rods out and we'll get into chat. See if we can catch some fish. What can I say about the name of this feed? But please enjoy. Yep, please enjoy the show, my friends. And it's just so beautiful down here, folks. I gotta fish. Stuck down here anyways. I might as well fish, and I might as well bring you guys along. Sounds like a plan to me. Sounds like some fun, too. Yeah, it's always fun down here. Even if I don't get any bites, it's always fun. And 99.999% of the time, there's usually something that wants to hit. Dig some garden night crawlers down here, some forest worms. Something that's fresh down here they're used to seeing. Man, put them out here, and yeah, they know the difference between those and store-bought. All right, that looks okay. That stick might be a little too far away. We might have to move that one, I'm afraid. I'll see. Trying to get these rods situated so you guys can see the majority of there's a big one. And that's our first big one. I just got down here, folks. It took me like 2 hours to dig 3 dozen night crawlers, but that's the time of the year, right? It's getting later and later in the season, so that's what happens, my friends. Let's see, and Flames first in. Awesome, my friend. Flames says, Jason, how you doing today, Flames? And Jason, my friend. Jason says, Mike, brother. How you doing today, Jason? James says, how's the bite, Mike? Just getting started. I don't know yet. We're going to find out here, though. It's been pretty active down here. Flames says, let's go. Lisa, how you doing today, Lisa? Lisa says, hey, you. Hi, Lisa. Jason says, yep, just getting started. You got it right, my friend. Keeping an eye on these rods. And see, Flames is laughing his butt off. Already. And Bonnie, how you doing today, Bonnie? Bonnie says, hi, Mike. Hope we have another epic day. You and me both, my friend. Yeah, this is prime time. This time of the year, these fish are, yeah, they know winter's Winter's just around the corner. Let's see who that is. It's in Ram. How you doing today, Ram? Ram says hi. How you doing today, Ram? I'm seeing James. How you doing today, James? James says, Bonnie, hello. I'm seeing Dan. How you doing today, Dan, my friend? Dan says, hello, everyone. And Kevin. Kevin says, how was your nightlife last night? Let's see. Not much to speak of last night. I don't know. I think everyone tired their butts out. I can't remember much of anything except a very cool breeze this morning. It was pretty cool this morning. I had to start a fire again. Jason says, hey, Dan. Dan says that them rocks are really showing now. Yep, another 3-4 inches and we will be able to walk out there. Yeah, we went down about another, maybe 4 or 5 inches overnight. I'm seeing User. User says, let's go. Might catch some fish. Gonna give it a shot, my friend. Let's check and make sure that line's tight. A lot of times you get a bite and you won't even know it because the line will go slack down here. Let's see, Lisa says, don't you love it when a plan comes together? Let's see, James, I'm good, Mike. Awesome to hear, James. Let's see. Kyan the kid. Kyan kid says, hello, sir. I do fishing too and join the council. Awesome, just come in a few times. We'll see about getting you that wrench, my friend. You're welcome to set in and chat with everyone. Enjoy the show. Let's see, Jason says, unfortunately, Mike, brother, I have to get back to work. Good luck today. And careful out there. All right, my friend, good luck at work. And, don't work too hard, buddy. You've been working pretty significantly for a while. Haven't gotten out fishing, and I do remember that. That's the end, Cuz. How you doing today, Cuz? Cuz says, hello, everyone. James says, Cuz, hi there. There's a bite on the close rod. I saw that peck. Cuz says, good luck, Mike. Let's see, James says, Cuz, hey there. Let's see, and Bonnie says, hello, James. Making dill relish. We'll be listening for a few moments. I got you, Bonnie. I hope I can catch some for you. James says, yummy, Bonnie. James says, there goes a train. Yep. First train of the day, my friends. I didn't even notice. Yep. Munchie, how you doing today, Munchie? Munchie says, happy Tuesday, y'all. Have a great day. Awesome to hear, my friend. 14 incredible people in and 12 thumbs up. Let's see, Zonda. How you doing today, Zonda? Zonda says, hey, mate. How you doing today, my friend? If you're new to the channel, folks, we're down on the mighty, muddy Mississippi River down in St. Louis, Missouri. Yeah, there's a lot of fish down here, a lot of big ones, but have to see if we can catch them. And looks like something nipped off the end of the worm there. That's no worries. We can put another one on. And there's one just popped out on us. And look at that, little stinkers. I'm gonna have to check my bag. I think a few of them might have gotten out on us. Last thing you want is a worm in your backpack. Bite on worm. I see that. Pick, pick. Come on, buddy. Ooh. He was thinking about it. Got it, folks. Fish on. What do we got? Fight pretty good, whatever it is. Whoa, buddy, whoa. What do we got, my friends? Hey, a nice freshwater drum. First fish of the day. Awesome. Always can count on these guys to hit. Yeah, that's a nice, like 3/4 pounder. That's pretty close to a pound, my friends. First fish of the day. Gotta love it. Look at these guys. How silver these guys are in this sun. I've already got one in the bag over there, so I've got something to eat later on. So, yeah, I caught one of these a little earlier today, so I've got some dinner. Yeah, I got some honey mustard. So, man, these guys, the one I got over there is going to taste really good. It's actually a little smaller than this, not much. I like the ones about maybe uh, about a pound to about a little bit smaller than this. Incredible fish, my friends. Gotta love it. First of the day. Didn't take us long. That beautiful guy. Look at that. He's just like "Rrr." Like Homer Simpson. "Rrr, rrr." All right, let's get the hook out of this guy and get it back in the water. Yeah, I think drum think a lot like Homer Simpson. All right, buddy, hook is out. No muss, no fuss, no blood. All right, buddy. See ya. Thank you. Give them a little push. Those drum actually, they uh, they recover quicker if you give them a little toss. Not much, just enough to make them realize they're back in the water. Because you guys have noticed they go belly up on occasion for no reason, and they'll drift about 30 yards down the river, and all of a sudden they'll wake up and go, "Dave, where am I? What happened? I was in some weird place there. This guy was pointing me at a camera, and all right, that's enough of that joke. Boy, folks. Hope you guys have been enjoying the short feeds I've been putting out as well. I've been putting out some pretty fun, cool, and kind of funny shorts. And these guys are getting out on us. Sheesh, dudes. How did you get out? I mean, there ain't that much soil there. Yeah, it must have happened when I shook it up originally. Oh well. Now let's see if we can get a monster on now, folks. I don't want my lid blowing away. I'm gonna put some sand on top of that. I'm just doing that so my lid doesn't blow away on me. Yeah, we got about 8 or 10 mile per hour. The temperature's about that's a crisp 80, 82 degrees. It's not bad. Had much worse days out here. We've fished out in the 100-degree temps, fished down here in the 30s and 40s. This is not bad at all. It's exceptionally comfortable, in fact. I was able to take my sweatshirt off and my regular shirt. Now I'm just down to my t-shirt. Yeah, I know, folks. Everyone puts their rods up straight and everything. Uh, kind of hard to do that down here because I'm always kind of shifting the angles and everything, and I'm setting right by these rods, so got to have them in just a right position to be able to grab, just in case something tries to pull them in. As you guys noticed from our last live feed. Let's see. Zonda says from Australia. Awesome to hear, my friend. Let's see. Mahad. Mahad says hi. How you doing today, Mahad? Let's see. Zonda says good mate. What is this? I can't see that when it does that. Let's see. And Kim, how you doing today, Kim? Kim says hi. Let's see. Mahad says hi, my friends. How are you? How much fish? How much fish? How much fish? Just one so far. We just got started. That was on worm over here. We're just fishing with worm today. Got 3 dozen. Hopefully that'll last. Let's see. James says Zonda, hello. Let's see, Maha with the fishy emojis. Oh boy, I gotta do it again. Let's see, Augusto. How you doing today, Augusto? Augusto says hi. Let's see, Zonda says, are there bonefish? Not down here. Now we have something called a gar. They got several different subspecies of those. That's pretty much the closest you're going to get to bonefish down here. Razor sharp. They got extremely like sharp. They're like pinfish, not pinfish. Needlefish that you get in the oceans, except they're freshwater. Zonda says, "Yep, mostly what you get down here are carp, grass carp, buffalo, common carp. See freshwater drum, blue cat, channel, and flathead." See Zonda says, "Hey." Let's see, James says, dang gar. And drum and a gar. We haven't uh, gar yet. Let's see, Zonda says, yo. Mr. Bait and Tackle. How you doing, Mr. Bait and Tackle? Mr. Bait and Tackle says, good luck, MVP. James says, fish on. Mr. Bait and Tackle says, fish on. See, Zonda says, cool. Cuz says, nice drum, Mike. Thank you, Cuz. Let's see, Spool Me Once. How you doing, Spool Me Once? Spool Me Once says, nice drum. Big Tackle says, how is the species called that? Called chat. How is this species called chat? I don't know what you mean, Mr. Bait and Tackle. How is this species called chat? Let's see, Cuz says cool. Let's see, Zonda says cool. Thanks, my friend. Let's see, Spoolme says, Cuz, my man. And Lisa says, good day to sit back and enjoy some fishing. Yep, definitely. Lisa says, woohoo. Cuz says, hey, everyone. And PA Outdoors. How you doing, PA? Pierce says, cheers, Mike. James says, crazy hello. Lisa says, hello. He could be a homer. Let's name the fish you catch. Oh, boy, we won't get into that game. You guys can do it. James says, PA. Crazy says, hey, James. Lisa says, oh, by the way, how you doing, Crazy? Appreciate you coming in, my friend. Lisa says, let's see. They know they're going to be snack or lunch. And Pierre Coops, how you doing today, Pierre Coops? Pierre Coops says hi. 23 incredible people in and 28 thumbs up. All right, I've caught up with chat, folks. I've got to give out a couple wrenches to people. Let's see if I can find the individuals that I want to give out wrenches to here. It's hard to see this. What the heck? Not my feet off. Duh. That was smart, Michael. Knocked that right off my hat. I was like, dum, 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 dum. All right, we've got two people right here that I wanted to. There's one for, yeah, James and PA. You guys have been in a lot, so let me make sure to get you guys wrenches. And yeah, that's I do like to have people come in a couple of times. And Mr. Bait and Tackle, you've been in a lot as well, so I'll give you a standard as well. There you go, guys. There you guys go. Now you can sub up to everyone. Check out their channels. Come right back and sub back again. James says, Pierre, hi there. I see James says up. You're very welcome, James. You've been in a number of times recently. And I think I'm a little bit too far off the bottom on this one. Let me push her down a little bit. Yeah, sometimes these grasses can be close to the bottom. They'll kind of hang around structure and just sit there right by the bottom. Yeah, they are cutting the grass down here, which could be a little bit of a nuisance. If you probably can't hear that in the background, but they are cutting the grass, so that can be a little bit of a detriment. I'm not sure. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. The water's pretty low, so they're still feeling that vibration. It's something different. They're going, what the heck was that? I heard it. Is that something's gonna hurt me? I don't know. I'm just trying to wait for that line to stabilize there. And this one's doing it too. We're getting that line to go slack on us. Hard to see a bite when it's doing that, folks. You just got to kind of back up that rod just a little bit until that line tightens up on you just perfectly. Yeah. Not too tight, not too slack. Just right. And we're right by our rod, so I have to watch that. I don't want to bump that rod. That way I'll be able to tell a bite. Let's see. Dorby Online says, "You fishing for tuna?" No, my friend. We've got worm down in the Mississippi. You've got a long distance to the Mexico before you get to the Gulf, and the Gulf of Mexico before you get to some tuna. It's the end, Jordan. How you doing today, Jordan? Jordan says hi. James says, Jordan, hello. Crazy says, yes, he's fishing for tuna. Really? He says, I don't think so, tuna, unless it's a can of tuna. Yeah, I probably don't want to eat a can of tuna that's been in this river. I see James says crazy. Online says LOL. Crazy's laughing his butt off. Now you got everyone laughing their butts off. Now they ain't gonna stop. Gonna be ER trying to get their butts reattached. Let's see, James says, Charles the tuna, don't hang out here. Not anymore. That was a joke. That's a bad one. Let's see, Lisa's laughing her butt off. Let's see, online says, what are you targeting? Let's see, with worm, we've got a multitude of species. I'd like to see some big common carp, grass carp, buffalo. Yeah, there's still a decent amount of big channel, blue cat, flathead, freshwater drum. I haven't got to cast around my rooster tail yet. There's some big old gar down here as well. That's Elisa says, I don't think he has started fishing for Starkist yet. No, that's on next season, folks. Yeah, it's gonna be next season before we get to the Starkist fishing. That's gonna be a tricky one. We're gonna have to work at that one, folks. Yeah, I haven't got to cast around the rooster tail. There's some big gar that's bite a worm. I saw that. Peck peck. Come on, buddy, hit it. Come on. As soon as I walk away from that rod, something pops it a couple times. You can't tell what the heck these fish are, folks. It could be a 6-inch drum. It could be a 20-pound buffalo. They all bite the same. There's a bite on a big rod too. All right, folks. We're starting to get these fish coming in here now. Never fails. I'm gonna Try to take a couple casts with the rooster tail, and yep, they notice. Let's see what he did to the bait. You guys know down here, if they peck it, a lot of your worm's going to be gone. And yep, that's pretty much, that's half the amount of worm that was on there before. And they are very good at taking the worms off down here, folks. Too good, in fact. I've trained them too well over the years. It's like an inherent race memory with them. They know how to get the worms off no matter what. They're born with the ability. Oh, that was a big old grass carp, just right in front of us. That was a beautiful fish. Man, that come up within about 3 or 4 feet of me over here. Maybe I'm casting out too far with this big rod. That fish was in super close. Looks like he chewed on the worm again as well. I mean, that fish was in really close. Let's see, where was that? Was like right about, yeah, pretty much right there. That's right on top of where that fish was. Well, it'd be nice to hook into that. All right, let's get back into chat, folks. You guys are enjoying the show today. That's the name of the live feed today. Please enjoy. Let's see. Yep, you got James laughing his butt off now too. And let's see, Bonnie's also laughing his butt off next season. Yep. Yeah, we got it started. It's not gonna quit now. Let's see. Crazy says, tune on that ultralight. Should be interesting. Honestly, you want to know something? A lot of the fish down here we get are they're friggin' nearly as big sometimes. And see, Radio, how you doing today, Radio? Radio says, hey, Mike, catch me a 20-pound grass carp. That was one right in front of us. Lisa says, stay tuned. Let's see, Radio says, what's that there to your right, Mike? Is that a bunch of trash, or is that the rocks? That's the rocks, I guess, over there. Yeah, those are the rocks over there. See, Bonnie says, Mike, you need a bow to get those carp. That's cheating. Like gummit. That's too easy, James. I've actually done that in the past, but yeah, I never found it very rewarding. I could just aim at a tree. Let's see, Lisa says, LOL. There's an idea. Let's see, James says Radio. Let's see, John P. How you doing, John P? John P says MVP, brother. How you doing today, my friend? Lisa says, normally they are smaller fish. Let's see, Bonnie says, done with the relish. Hope it came out good, my friend. Let's see, Lisa says, bait stealers. Yep. Little sneaky. Yeah. Let's see, Radio says, out in the water, it looks like it comes off to the bank, out into the water. Oh, you mean all that stuff? That's just rocks out there. Yep, that was coming out during our last feed. That's getting to the point where you can walk out there. James says, Bonnie, did you ship? I see Saeed. How you doing, Saeed? Saeed says hello. How you doing today, my friend? See, James says Saeed. And Wild. How you doing today, Wild? Wild says let's go. See, 12 incredible people in. Let's see, and 36 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Like what? Let's get back to this rooster tail and see if I can get a big old gar on. Oh, we wait for one of these other rods to go down. That's a bite. I see him. And he was. Oh, you little stinker! I should have picked it up. I saw that rod bounce. And I figured I could hook him. Didn't work. That's okay. We got time, my friends. That's popping it real good. I was going eh. Didn't really look like a drum or a carp or anything. Got a little overly excited there, I'm afraid. And that's a big night crawl. I don't need that whole night crawler. Only part of it. Get back in there, you little Houdinis. All right, just making sure that stabilizes on us. Looking good. Not snagged. Nope, not snagged. There are a few snags down here. I'm surprised I haven't got snagged over here recently. Man, I can't fish with my rooster tail today. Every time I look over, a rod's going down. Just like that. I felt him. Just very pick it up and drop it. Come on, give me one pull. That was it. Man, it was gonna have to do more than that. Sand in my reel handle. Oh, you man, he tried to pull it out of my hand. Dang it. I'm sure you guys saw that when I'm holding that rod and all of a sudden it does that. Hey, gummit. Let me make sure that hook's exposed. Yeah, it is. If he'd have gotten that worm in his mouth, I'd have hooked him, but didn't get in his mouth. Man, they are really hitting fast right now today. All right, that's back. There's no way I spooked that fish either. I didn't feel anything. There's some like thin silverfish out here right now. I don't even know what they are yet. Either white bass or skipjack or something. I don't know. Come on, big guys. I know you're here. That's a big one right there. Heck are them things. Yeah, those last couple bites, those weren't biting like drum. They were pulling pretty hard. And I know my big rod is. Oh, that was a pop. Hoo-hoo. Dang it. Right up at the surface, right when I was about ready to pull her out of the water. Dang it. I see him. I see him, folks. Got stuck on the stick there for a second. Come on, big guy, hit it. I could feel him on there. I just missed him. I picked it up, and eventually I could feel him just barely moving on it. Hang on, let me get this rod back out, and I'll get back in the chat, folks. Hope you guys are enjoying the show. Said it's the name of this live feed. Enjoy the show. I mean, enjoy. Whatever. Please enjoy. That's it. I remember now. How many live feeds I've made before I start forgetting the names of them. And maybe I can get this fish if I man this rod properly. And we had another one on that was a gar out there on the other rod, either that or white bass. Saeed. Let's see. James says wild high. Wild says when fishing last night, 4 fish in 6 hours. Hey, no skunk. Definitely no skunk, my friend. Because it says 36 likes. Let's go. Double tap that screen. Subscribe and share. Share us out to friends. It's free. And thanks for supporting the channel. You got it right, my friend. And thank you so much. Let's see. Bonnie says only when I go in a ship, James. You go ship when you up. Yeah, that's okay. Let's see. James laughing his butt off. I don't even get that one. Let's see. And Slick. How you doing today, Slick? Slick says top of the morning. Yeah, it's just afternoon here. So good morning, good afternoon. James says hey, Slick. That's because says Slick. Slick says James. Slick says, what do we got so far? Just one freshwater drum. I'm missing a bite over here. It's got me a couple of times. It's just pulled on her real good. It's just I haven't been able to get a hook in her. Let's see, Mr. Bait and Tackle says, drum strong, quart size. Definitely, my friend. They fight pretty good. And that was I should have let that one hit it. If you get one 8 or 10 pounds, they will peel your drag out. They fight differently than catfish, though. They tend to dive. They tend to go straight down and then take a few runs and then dive again, and then they're actually pretty fun and very good to eat as long as you get the smaller ones. The bigger ones, not so much. I want to put another worm on this sucker, but I only got 3 dozen. And unfortunately, no corn today. I did not have time. It took me 2 hours to dig 3 dozen worms. And it's getting to that time of the year where things are drying out, starting to run out of worms in locations. That happens by the end of September. I'll run out of these particular worms, and it'll get cold, and now that'll bring up a different species of worms, red wrigglers and Canadian nightcrawlers. And there he goes again down there. Hmm. I just spooked a big fish out there too. Setting the hook. Come on, biggins. I know you guys are out here. Now there's some monsters out here. I'm seeing some big fish hitting the surface, especially over here to the right. I saw one big one right in front of us, but I don't know about that one. When you get them in there that close to you, a lot of times they are just they're kind of spooky. They can hear you. I mean, they really can hear you. And we've got about a 2 foot of water clarity, over 2 feet, in fact. This river's clearing up pretty good right now. That's loud. Let's see. Six says, did uh, did live? Uh, did he use it for bait? Nope. It was actually way too big. There's another big one right there. Yeah, they're over to the right today. Let's see. James says, no, it was catch and release. Yeah, I catch and release the majority of my fish. Yep, cuz has got it right as well. Let's see. James says, Abby, hello. Did I miss Abby? Oh, Abby, how you doing, Abby? Abby says hi. Hi, Abby. Let's see. TJ, Bugs Bunny. Bugs Bunny says hi. How you doing, Bugs Bunny? Arnold says hello, everyone. Abby says I'm excited to count fish. Yeah, we caught one freshwater drum. So, uh, what James put in, make sure to copy that, Abby, and I'll pin that up for you. Let's see. Abby says I have no cavities. Awesome to hear, my friend. That's the awesome. Welcome. He's a kitten. Thank you, my friend. Thank you for that membership. Awesome to see that crazy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yep, one freshwater drumfish. Let me pin that in for us, folks. Yeah, assuming I can find it. This is the tricky part, is getting, if I don't know, far rod again. Got him, folks. Fish on. Well, what do we got? That was a gar. Man, dadgummit. You can't keep them hooks in that fish. I kid you not. You cannot keep those hooks into those gar. That was a perfect hook set on that sucker. That's about a 3-4 pound gar. Dang it. That doesn't count. We didn't get it in, so it didn't even touch the shoreline. Gummit. Kind of frustrating when they do that, but they are tough to get. There's a big grassy over there to the left. Ooh, that's a big one over there. That line didn't cast out right that time. It went like, needed to be about 2 feet further out. That's better. Yep, the truck is right over here to the right, folks, by the way. The truck I'm always telling you about, I can see it right underneath the water over here. The very top of it's very right underneath the water. Very soon you're gonna see that truck down here. All right, let me see if I can get this into chat before the next one tries to pull the rod in. Yeah, that's a big 3-4 pound gar. We just had that just close to the bank. See if I can find that in here. There we go, Abby. Thank you, my friend. Thanks for that, Abby. Let's see. James says, supper high. Another big one over here. Let's see, Super Dave. How you doing today, Super Dave? Super Dave says, good afternoon from South Carolina. Awesome to have you in today, my friend. Cuz says, carp drum, carp fishing gar. Let's see, TJ Bug says, James. Let's see, Abby says, yep, I got that 10. Thank you so much, Abby. Let's see, Cletus. How you doing today, Cletus? Cletus says, fishing game, what's up? The MVP chat room. Awesome to see you in, my friend. Let's see. Super Dave says, hey, James. Let's see. Abby says, hi, cleaning. Let's see. Slick says, I'm enjoying the show. Awesome to hear. He's got those popcorn emojis. Save some for me. I love popcorn. Let's see. Super Dave says, slick. Let's see. Cuz says, Abby, how are you doing today? And let's see. Slick with the $2 awesome, my friend. That's the $2 super chat. Slick says, stay hydrated, my friend. Thank you so much. Let me get that a heart. Don't forget to give that a thumbs up, folks. Yep, I hope you guys knew that super stickers and super chats, you can give your own thumbs up as well. Let's see. Abby says, I'm doing awesome. Let's see. Cletus says, the fish is playing with you. Yeah, they're tricky to get sometimes. Let's see. James says, Abby. Super Dave says, for real. Cletus says, let's see. Yeah, they always say be quiet around the bank. Got it, folks. Fish on. Got that one. What do we got? Fighting pretty good. Nice freshwater drum. That's our second of the day. Yeah, he's got my Mad Cat Series rod. That's about a pound. You have my Mad Cat Series rod bent. Second of the day, my friends. That's over a pound, in fact. Beautiful. Yeah, these guys are so fun. And he's got the line wrapped around him. What the heck, dude? Yeah, there we are. He had the line wrapped around him. All right, number 2, my friends. That is a nice freshwater drum. That's like definitely over a pound there. Yeah, gorgeous fish, folks. Yeah, he was just like really lightly pecking on it, and I decided, might as well set the hook, and woohoo, caught him. Beautiful fish, my friends. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Yeah, these guys are mean sometimes. So, yeah, that's why I always think these guys have got brains like Homer Simpson. Donuts. Oh. Let's get them in here close for you guys to check out. Incredible fish, my friends. Gotta love it. All right, let's get you back in the water, buddy. Let's get you back in the water and swimming for another day. Yep, got him right on the top of the jaw. Very easy to get out. No muss, no fuss, no blood. All right, buddy. See you, buddy. Thank you. Yeah, you give them a little push, they go off real good. If you don't, they just kind of go belly up. They're weird. Drum are weird. All right, 2 freshwater drum. Hey, we're on our way. By the way, down here on the river right now, I'm kind of living. If you guys want to donate right now, PayPal and Cash App's linked in my description on my main channel. I usually don't push for that sort of thing, but right now I've got, yeah, it's at least got to buy a cup of coffee and a soda. That's one of the few things I can't provide for myself. Now I could probably make like some berry juice and stuff, and that would take forever. My grandma used to make. I know how to do that. It just takes forever. I don't know what kind of berry be growing this time of the year. I'd have to watch those poison berries. They give you diarrhea really bad. Whoops. Oh, I clicked that bail over. Guess I didn't. Guess I didn't click that bail over. No worries, my friends. This is the way I wanted it when I started it. I couldn't get the rods exactly right. Now all those donations are confidential unless you want me to shout you out. And I never ask for money after you've donated, folks. I'm very very good with people's privacies. Let's see. Cletus says, as soon as you put the rod down. Yep. As soon as I put the rod down, they love doing that. Super Dave with the thumbs up. Awesome, my friends. Let's see, 19 incredible people in it, seeing 69 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Crazy says, no worries, my friend. You put in a lot of effort for entertainment. You deserve it. Thank you, my friend. Yeah, you guys know YouTube's money doesn't come until I believe that's going to come the 21st of next month. So that's got a lot of time to process. Oh, big one, massive, over there to the left. Super Dave says, good catch. Thank you, my friend. Yeah, they process the money between between the 7th and the 11th of every month, and they transfer that between the 18th and 21st. Let's see, Bonnie says, been catching some big drum lately. Yeah, those are definitely nice sized drum, Bonnie. And I need to get a cast over here to the left because there's a massive grass carp that's just been playing over here right over there. He's just popping the top. He's just mocking me. MBP, you can't catch me. Nah, 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 nah. You are no fisherman. Yeah, watch me, fishy. Oh man, there are some big ones, and they're moving in. I'm seeing a lot of them over here. We must be getting so low that a gully or something's getting dry, and they're coming in here. That should be over there, right where that grassy is, too, folks. Let's see what he did to it. Chewed on it pretty good again, and they eat up the worms down here so fast. Hard pressed to keep them on. Yeah, these are fresh forest worms. These are river worms, folks. They're freshly dug. Not greenies. These are dug back in the where the friggin' snakes and the raccoons and the possums are everything at. They're very very effective because these guys are, they something fresh down here, something real. See, Nicole. Nicole says, "Yo, how you doing today, Nicole?" And James says, "Nicole, welcome." Let's see. James says, "Two freshwater drum." All right, let me pin you up this time, James. Let me see if I can find this in chat again. It's the trickiest one of doing these live streams. Is pinning the chat up without losing a rod in the background while you're looking for the. I can go onto my main cell phone and do this, my backup, but I'd rather do it like this. There you go, James. Thank you. Let me check something real quick here. Nothing. Just checking my messages. Let's see. Cuz says Nicole. Uh-oh. And see, and Slick with the fire emojis. Let's see, Slick with that star. Thank you for those gems, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we have another super sticker. Super chat. Let's see, James says, keep up the good work. Thank you, my friend. Keep up the good work, Mike. Slick says, do you get my super chats? Yep, I got them, my friend. Those process eventually on the yeah, I believe the 18th to the 21st of the month. Let's see, Ewas, how you doing today, Ewas? Ewas says, hey, MVP. Let's see, Slick says, let's go 100 likes. Let's see, Bonnie says, they saw the shoes. They saw them shoes. Let's see, James says, Ewas, hello. Let's see, Slick says, hi, Ewas. Again, thank you so much. That's that $2, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me make sure I've got hearts and thumbs up for those. There's a thumb up and a heart. There we go. Thank you, my friend. Those do pay. It's just I gotta wait till the for a while more. That's why I was missing a bite. He was running with it. I picked it up and I tightened up that line, and all of a sudden he was pulling on it. Little stinker. Yeah, they try. They don't always succeed, but they try. Yeah, honestly, in emergencies, when I'm donating to people, I usually use PayPal and Cash App. But yeah, it's definitely okay, my friends. I didn't get paid last month because apparently I didn't make it. I made the $100 threshold on the 6th of the month, and they said I didn't make it in time. Boy, I lost my spot in chat here. Oh, here we are. Let's see. Ewan says, howdy, everyone. Slick says, let's go 100 likes. Let's see. James says, hello, Ewas. Slick says, Ewas. And not joshing. How you doing today, not joshing? Not joshing with the fishing emojis and the getting stronger emojis. Cuz with the fishy emojis and the getting stronger emoji. James says, not hello. Slick says, what's your Venmo? Unfortunately, I don't have Venmo. I have PayPal and Cash App. I've tried Venmo, and it doesn't really want to hook up to YouTube properly. And without that, there's no really use for it, I'm afraid. It's like it would be an extra banking thing for me. Now, I know Venmo works great for people that are working jobs. They get that stuff a few days early. Let's see. Nobody, how you doing today? Nobody says, hey, Mike. Nobody with the star. Thank you for that gem, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see. Josh says, fish bump. Nobody says like and done. Awesome, my friend. And I hope you enjoy the show today. Let's see. 23 incredible people and 67 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Let's see. Snake asks, why am I not working? I have schizophrenia. I am very open about that. I take 2 medications, olanzapine and hydroxidone. And about 2 years ago, I tried to work at McDonald's and they fired me in a month because I literally walked off the job unintentionally. It messes with my short term memory. It really does. I was taking the trash out and I walked off the parking lot. And I walked right back on, of course. And yeah, that was enough. And they fired me. So now this is kind of the thing I try to do. You guys ever notice every once in a while I'll kind of start wandering away and doing something. It's a it's a nuisance. But without that hydroxidone and that olanzapine, yeah, it's not great. I've been taking that stuff for 12 years, so I take it religiously. I have schizophrenia. I'm not a schizophrenic. That's why I always tell people because I don't let the disease control me. I've seen so many of my individuals I know in psych wards when I've spent time in there. They just let that disease control them. I won't let them do. I won't let it happen. I won't let it do it. If I have trouble, I'll go in and I'll see go to the emergency room and get help quick. There's another bite. Almost as soon as it hit the water. It's tough living with it, but I manage. I think I manage pretty good, in fact. That's why I'm actually very good at doing this, folks, because I'm actually used to talking to myself. And this isn't really talking to myself. It's just after a while you get kind of comfortable with it, and I am a very chatty person. Yeah, it started very early in life with me, folks. It started in my teenage years. It went from bipolar disease to full blown schizophrenia. And it's a come on, hit it. Waiting for him to give me a pull. Oh man, how did I miss that fish? Dang it. He was giving it some pretty good pulls. And both rods out now, folks. We're getting bites as fast as we can cast in. I think I managed pretty good to be honest. Enough talking about that. This river is one of my cures down here too. Spending time down here is like spending time in your own world. It's very quiet, very peaceful, very relaxing. You could sit down here for days and not see a person. All you got is the kind of hypnotic current drifting by out here. Just this beautiful little current keeps you relaxed. It's hereditary, folks. So a lot of people in my family have had trouble with that. No worries, I get through it. Caffeine is definitely a mood stabilizer, folks. Because I a good cup of coffee and a good cup of soda, because it definitely helps my stuff out quite a bit. Let's catch a big one, Mike. Let's see. James says snake high. Let's see. Abby says two freshwater drum. Sorry, James got it this time, but hopefully you can get the next one, Abby. Let's see. Nobody says the water looks a bit lower today. That's about 8 inches. So let's see. Abby says hi, Noble. Let's see. Abby says, and let's see. Nobody says hey, Abby. Snake says, that sucks, bro. Hopefully you don't walk into the river. That particular thing, it's not like, it's like walking into the street. I'm not going to walk into the street. I've got sense to not do that. That's one of the things that medications help me do. I know it's dangerous and not dangerous. Hydroxidone is basically like a souped-up form of Benadryl. It actually is very effective in that. Let's see. Bonnie says, prayers for that, Mike. Stay strong. Thank you, my friend. Let's see. Nobody says, you're doing great, Mike, and thanks for sharing that. Said, I have no trouble with talking about it. Let's see. And Nobody with 100. Thank you for those gems, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Slick says, McDonald's, who? Yep. They hire anybody, but guess what? They also fire them very quickly. As a bite on worm, pop, pop, pop. They say that you can go in there, but yeah, they just. I'm not even going to talk about it. I had a lawsuit going on them for a little bit, and I never heard back from my lawyer about it because they're not supposed to fire people because of that sort of thing, but they get away with it. Let's see, Patricia. How you doing today, Patricia? Patricia says hi. James says, Patricia, hello. Slick says, do not go to the asylum. Yeah, I've been in there a number of times. Trust me, I don't want to go back. It's not fun. You have two types of things going on in most, like, what do you call them? Psychiatric wards. What they call them, psych wards. You have one thing, you have drug addicts that are coming down off of drugs that they have nowhere else to put them. And you also have individuals that are too, uh, you know, just too rambunctious and they don't have insurance and uh, nowhere to put them and they're not violent, so they come in and out and in and out and in and out. It's one thing about mental problems in this country. If you're not violent, they usually don't keep you in. Now, individuals with violent tendencies, they tend to keep in. Bet you didn't know that. Now you do. So you go in there and one of the bigger amount of people in there are the ones with violent tendencies that they tend to keep sedated heavily and uh, yeah, every once in a while the medications won't work and the guys will have to tackle them and yeah, it's not fun. I don't want to talk about it anymore, folks. Let's see. Six says uh, double tap that screen. You got it right, Slick. Slick says here, fishy, fishy, fishy. Cause it says 74 likes. Let's go and double tap that screen. With the dub, not sure what type of emojis those are, but hi. Yep. James says, Bonnie, sharing is caring. Yeah. Yep. All right, let's take a few casts with the rooster tail. Usually when I walk away from the rod, something tries to pull it in. Yep. See what I mean? Peck, peck. Close up. Black rod. Getting it in. Come on, folks, fish on. Oh, that's bigger. Yeah, I think we got one, folks. Very lightly pecking on it, too. Whoa. Very lightly pecking on it, folks. What do we got? That's not fighting like a grassy. I think we got a buffalo or common carp. Come on, girl. Don't go over that other rod. You're going over that other rod. Hey, come it. Ah, that's not what you should do, folks. Let that line slack for a second. I need to get this other rod out of the way, like fast. Yeah, he's trying to break my line off. And now he's going slack. Man, this fish is running everywhere. Yeah, buffalo, folks. Yikes, don't do it. Not for a second. All right, other rod's out of the way. Other rod is out of the way, folks. Oh, yeah, that's a beautiful buffalo. Man, that's a dark colored one. No, that's a common carp. Man, that's a really dark color. That's a black carp, folks. I think this is one of the rarities. One of these guys, they were paying money for it one time. Look at the colors on that fish. I thought that was a buffalo. Just dark, solid black. Come here, big girl. Man, that is one beautiful fish, folks. Yeah, like 4 or 5 pounds, but still, man, that is the colors on this fish. Yeah, I don't have to trim my shoes on this one, folks. Hopefully. Keep your fingers crossed, knock on wood. He did not want any of that. We touched it, it counts. Come here, big girl. Come here. That hook's about ready to pop out, too, after that. Come here. Yeah, this is only 8-pound test, folks, so I can't force them. That's why they're always hitting this other rod. Come here. Dang, these guys won't quit. Man, come here. Come here, big girl. Come on. Oh, man, I can't stop it from running again. Stubborn fishy. Big girl, come on. Give it up. I got you, girl. We got her, folks. We got her. Yeah. Even though that hook was about ready to, it kept loosening up. Man, I got her in just the right place. All right, hook is out, my friends. That's about 4 or 5 pounds. Incredible colors on this fish, folks. Look at the colors on that. Dark black and, man, that is one beautiful common carp, folks. Haven't caught a coloration like this in a while. Beautiful fish, my friends. Absolutely beautiful. Look at those dark colors on this guy. Beautiful fish, my friends. Gotta love it. He's got kind of a banged up tail. I think he's been in here bedding. Yeah, these guys will spawn multiple times in a year. Look at the colors on that fish, folks. Beautiful. Absolutely wonderful. Picture perfect. Gotta love it. Gotta love it, my friends. Incredible. All right, girl. What do you think? Get you back in the water? All right, let's get you back in the water. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate you dropping by. Come again soon. See you, buddy. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, man, that was fun, folks. Yeah, I think that was one of those types of carp they were paying money for at one time. I don't think they're doing it anymore. Because someone found a big nest of them, and Yeah, they couldn't pay off everyone they wanted to pay, so. Awesome. So let's see. Abby, if you want to do that, we've got 2 freshwater drum and a common carp. Or 2 freshwater drum and a carp. You can just put 2 drum and a carp. That's the easiest. 2 drum and a carp. That sucker was just really lightly pecking on it. Just goes to show you can't tell what the bites are down here. One minute you get a drum about a pound, next minute you get a 4 or 5 pound carp, and next minute you get a 20-pound grass carp. You never know. You really never know. Let's get these rods back out and I'll get back into that chat, folks. I kind of wish I did have enough money for a soda on the way back, but I don't. I spent everything on coffee this morning. That's why I got my coffee back there dug into the sand. That way I don't spill it. Because yesterday I spilt my dang coffee. And it was already like, it was already hazelnut. I'm not too fond of hazelnut creamer. One of the few things I can't make down here on the river is coffee. I mean, I can do it, but it's just, man, do you know how long it takes to make a cup of coffee down here? You literally have to boil the water, strain water through a sock with the coffee grounds in there like 4 to 5 times to get a decent cup of coffee. And then you have to kind of, oh yeah, it's like a freaking, it's tough. Haven't done that in a while. Let's see, Bonnie says, catch James. James laughing his butt off. Bonnie's also laughing her butt off. I missed something because everyone's laughing their butts off, but me. Because this fish on. Let's see, Fish on Entertainment. How you doing, Fish on Entertainment? Fish on says, let's go. How you doing, my friend? Entertainment says, we got a number. Let's see, James says, looks big. Let's see. Bobby Groot, how you doing? Groot says, hi, I am Groot. How you doing today, Groot? There's a bite on worm over here again. I need to step between these rods because I need to. Yeah, that was me bumping that rod, I'm afraid. Yeah, that was me bumping that big rod. He's still hitting it. Let's see, Slick says hi, Groot. Let's see, Groot. Hello, all. How you doing today, Groot? Nobody says fish on. Bobby says, fish coming. Fish coming. Yeah, I've got very light line on, folks, so I've got to fight these guys out sometimes. That's just what that last carp did. Just peck on it very lightly. You never know what they are until after you've set the hook. Once you get them hooked, obviously, I mean, can't tell what they are until after you hook them and get them up to the surface and see them and all that other fun stuff. That was another nice bite, folks. He was popping on it really good. I've just got 8-pound test on this little fluger. Now my big rod's got 20-pound on her, so I can manhandle them a little bit better on that rod. But a lot of the times they won't hit that heavier line. They're very line conscious. On occasion they will, like that grass carp yesterday evening. Yeah, that one was that one didn't mind hitting the big rod. In fact, he tried to get it in, and she jumped off of the live feed. Hey, gummit, really? All right, here we are. Let's see. Cuz says Groot. Click with the fishy emojis. And the catching emojis. Let's see, Bonnie says, here we go, splash bath. Fish says, Mike, hey, they got to be a little bit bigger to do that to me. Not much. You get one about another pound or two bigger than that, and I'd have been soaked for the rest of the day. Let's see, nobody says, right, James. He needs a long-handed net. Man, I've torn so many nets up over the years. I tore two of them up last year. I bent the big saltwater reel and saltwater net in two down here. Let's see, Baby Groot. How you doing, Baby Groot? Oh, dang it. Baby Groot says hi all. Yeah, I remembered that from the chat, so I had to say it. I'll read the rest of that here in just a second. Back out there. Good. And you guys wonder why I keep coming back to this spot, because in the summertime, there's nowhere better in North St. Louis to be fishing. There, see him hit it as soon as it hit the bottom. Got him. Fish on, folks. I got him. What do we got? My drag was loose from the last big one. What we got, my friends? Gar. Come here, big guy. Gar, folks. Come here. We got him. We got him, folks. Yeah. Well, I don't want to get bit by these guys. Yeah, we got him, folks. Ha ha. We got that sucker. Awesome. Now, I wanted to clean him off a little bit. We got him, folks. We had to get wet. But we got him. Yeah, this one's got his mouth open. Yeah, this one's already nipping at me. He's like, MVP, I was away. How did you do that? I don't know. Awesome. That's about a 2-pound gar, folks. Looks like a short nose. Incredible fish. These guys are so mean, folks. They got a mouth of like tiny, tiny needles. I gotta do this now. He got himself all dirty. Yep, I gotta clean him off. Yeah, he got all dirty for you guys. He wanted to look all icky for the camera. Yeah, there we go, folks. Look at them. Look at them teeth. Man, that is one mean fishy, folks. Do not mouth this fish. He will get you. Gotta love it, my friends. Man, it's gonna be a heck of a life. A short feed me going for that fish. Gotta love it. Incredible, folks. All right, buddy. Man, these guys are some mean suckers. Whoa. Yep. Ow. Nicked me on my neck there. He just barely glanced me and got me. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate it. All right, let's get the rods back out. We'll get back in the chat. Yeah, I finally landed one of the little stinkers. Woohoo! I had to go in after him pretty much, but I still landed him. Oh boy, folks, am I getting paid for this? I think so. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, my friends. You guys know for over a year I was doing YouTube live streaming with the ability to monetize and couldn't get paid because I didn't have an ID, and I just kept on doing YouTube live streaming because I love doing this. This is so much fun being out here and chatting with you guys, enjoying the outdoors, catching some fishies, falling down a lot. Yeah, it happens. Yeah, the wind's not blowing too bad today, folks, so I don't think you're going to need your helmets because the tripod falls down a lot, a lot. It's there's dents in the sand down here. My cell phone's. I think I'm voided my warranty. How many times I've dropped it down here? Yeah, that didn't cast very good. And you guys know how monofilament, after you get a fish on, it will it'll cause that line to clink up on you. You'll have to loosen that for a minute. Every time I try to get that rooster tail out, something hits this other rod. That's how it is, folks. Wash my hands off a little bit. Way I can read chat a little bit better. So now we've got one grass carp. One common carp. See, one carp, two drum, and a gar. Let's see. Groot says, "I wish having today a beautiful day. Also having today a beautiful day. I got you, my friend." Let's see. Nobody says good job, Mike. Let's see. Groot says woo. I had a drop of water on there, man. I wish I wouldn't have got that on there. Dang it. Made me back off of the live feed. I'm gonna have to find my spot in chat here. Yeah, I'm off here now. Sorry about not getting that pinned up, but you guys know how this can be down here, folks. I can get one after the other after the other. All right, here we are. Let's see, Nin. How you doing, Nin? Nin says hi. How you doing, Nin? Let's see, Cuz says, nice and beautiful carp. Thank you, my friend. We're backed up in chat. I know. Nobody says so cool looking. Two freshwater drum and a common carp. That would have been right. But we're up again. Let's see, James. Yep. Let's see who gets two drum, a carp, and a gar. Let's see. Groot says with the cool emojis, awesome. Bonnie says nice fish. And nobody with a star. Thank you for those gems, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. James says awesome, Mike. Let's see. Nobody says let's go, Mike. Gil says nice carp. By the way, thank you, Gail, for coming in. I hope you enjoy the show. Let's see. Randy, how you doing today, Randy? Randy says Mike MVP. James says Gail, hi there. Gail says at least carp don't have venom. You got that right, my friend. Let's see. Gail says hi, James, and everyone in chat. Let's see. James says Ortiz. The last one we had, Ed. Nobody says good job. Cuz says hi, Gail. Let's see. Two drum and a common carp. We're up to two drum, a common carp, and a gar. Gail says if the water keeps dropping at this rate, the river will be dry in a month. Got a lot of dropping to get that low. I've seen her down to where there's just about pools down here. Drink says, you don't got instant coffee over there. I hate instant coffee. Up, Gail. Let me, oh boy. You, Gail. Thank you, Gail, so much. Awesome, my friend. Thank you so much for that donation from PayPal. Thank you, thank you, thank you, my friend. Thank you so much, Gail. That's gonna last me quite a while, my friend. Awesome. Thank you, Gail. Got him, folks. Fish on. This one's for you, buddy. Let's see if we can land it. What do we got? Channel cat. Yeah, that's a couple pounds. That's a nice channel. This one's for you, Gail. Let's get some WWs in the chat for Gale. Faster than you guys can pin them up, I'm catching them. That is one beautiful channel catfish, Gale. Check that guy out. That's about I'm gonna go about 1.5 pounds on that. Maybe 1.75 pounds. Beautiful channel catfish. Not a mark on this fish. Beautiful. Look at that, those black lines in the back of that tail back there, folks. Those spots, those golden colors, golden bronze, incredible, my friends. Gotta love it. That is a beautiful catfish, Gale. Boy, that is one beautiful channel catfish. Gotta love it, my friends. Yeah, that'll go about 1.75 pounds. Not quite 2 pounds, but getting there. Beautiful fish, my friends. Gotta love it. Yep, he wants back in the water. All right. And he bumped our tripod. I'm going to have to check our angles here in a minute. All right, let's get you back in the water, buddy. Let's see where you got that hook. Right on the lower part of the jaw on you, buddy. That's a little tricky spot. Got to turn that hook just the right angle so I can get that hook to turn. There we go. And that should be coming out just in a second. There we go, folks. Got it. No muss, no fuss, no blood. Little sandy, yeah, that's a catfish. That is a cat. It is a dirty cat. Wow. All right, buddy. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciated. So let's see. Now we've got one channel catfish, one carp, one gar, and 2 freshwater drum. I don't know if you guys are keeping track. I'm trying. I'm kind of failing at it, but I'm trying. Our angles look okay. I bumped the tripod there. Oh, the catfish bumped the tripod. Cat, it wasn't my fault. I didn't do it. Cat did. Oh, man. Can't keep up, folks. One of those days where I can't keep up with this. In fact, it seems like recently every day we've been coming down here. Hard pressed to keep up with chat and fishing. These guys are really active right now. And here comes a barge downriver. Yeah, she's doing about 20, so hold on to your hats, folks. Hopefully we're pushed back far enough. All right, that's back. Another one was just very, very lightly pecking on it. You never know what's down here. That's 4 different species of fish with the same exact kind of bites. All right. Let's get back in the chat, folks. Hope you guys are enjoying the show. Let's see, 20 incredible people in. Let's see, a 93 thumbs up. We're almost to 100 already, folks. Yeah, as soon as someone gets the pen right. Ain't that crazy, folks? We catch another one. Let's see. Okay, gang. Time to mow the yard. Have an awesome day. All right, James. Thank you for coming in. I hope you enjoyed the show. And Frank, how you doing, my friend? I'm not sure if that's true, but if it is, I do. Do hear you, my friend. Let's see. Bonnie says, "See you later, James." What's wrong with that? Stupid. There we go. Uh, Sorry about that. I didn't mean to remove that. I was just trying to check it. Yep. Yeah. Dolly Parton. Yep. I saw that. Try to keep the chat positive, but yeah, Dolly Parton prayers, my friend. That's Ian Les says Dolly prayers. Yeah, I didn't mean to. I've got water on my thumbs. That was a mistake, folks. I apologize for that. I didn't mean to remove that in chat. Let's see. Patricia says hi. Gus says hello, Patricia. Patricia says hi. Abby says, "Oh, let's go." Gail says, "We love Gar." Let's see Nikita. Nikita says, "Hey, Mike. How are you doing today?" Doing okay, Nikita. I just removed a piece of in chat that I didn't really want to remove. I apologize for that. Let's see, Gail with the drum. Yeah, we've caught two freshwater drum, a common carp, a gar, and a channel cat. Abby says hi. Abby says WW. Gail with the channel. Cuz says one channel cat. Let's go, Mike. Gail says, don't forget to just don't get stuck. Cuz with the WWs. Gail says really pretty channel. Yeah, that was a really pretty channel catfish. Let's see, one channel catfish, two freshwater drum. You're getting it there. Let's see, you need to add a carp and a gar to that, Abby. Let's see, Slick with the WWs. Thank you, my friend. And Bonnie with the WW. There's Jim, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see, Slick says, you don't need any fish, brother? Channel catfish, one thing, a little bit harder to clean down here than, like a freshwater drum. Drum, all I have to do is scale it and gut it and rotisserize it. I've got no way to cook fish except over an open flame. And drum are very easy to cook. Their bones literally about fall to pieces when you smoke that over an open flame for about 15 minutes on each side. Now I do keep fish down here when I need them, and right now I can definitely use the meals. I usually don't keep them. I've got one over there, a freshwater drum. I'm going to be cooking up a little later on for myself. I got some honey mustard, some salt, and some pepper with that. They come out pretty good like that, in fact. But channel catfish is a little bit too much work to cook down here, at least. Well, that just keeps tapping that sucker, don't it? As soon as it's the water. Let's see, Dipty. How you doing, Dipty? Dipty says hi. Let's see, Mahad with the fishy emojis. Mahad says hi. Let's see, nobody says, great stream, Mike, and thumbs up. Thank you, nobody. Let's see, and Mex. How you doing today, Mex? Mex says hi, bro. Nobody with another star. Thank you for those gems, my friend. Mahad says, how much fishing, bro? How much fishing? Let's see, so far we've caught, let's see, two freshwater drum, a channel catfish, a common carp, and a gar. Let's see, and Josh. What you fishing for, mate? Let's see, we're using garden variety night crawlers, so yeah, almost every species of fish on this river is going to hit. Common species down here are channel catfish, common carp, grass carp, buffalo, freshwater drum. Um, let's see, blue cat, flathead, 2 species of gar, and 2 species of sturgeon. Chillin', how you doing today, Chillin'? Chillin' says MVP. Seeing Gary. Gary says, hi, Mike, from South Wales. Lovely common carp. Any news on your accommodations? I have a place right now, but I'm not sure exactly when I'm going to be able to move in. I've been talking to the landlord. They said they still got a little bit more cleaning. I have another friend that I've stayed with in the past. They might let me stay there after the first, as long as I put a few dollars in. Right now, I can't pay for anything, so I'm still staying down here at the moment. It's not all that bad, folks. Tell you what, as soon as I get down here, when I'm in the city down there getting sodas and stuff, and it's actually a lot more hectic and than down here is the only thing you got to watch down here is the water moccasins and the copperheads and the occasional thunderstorm right now, which we have been having quite a bit. In fact, I'm working on it. Hopefully, we'll have a place by the first of the month. I've got more than one plan I'm putting into fruition just to make sure like I have a place. Let's see. Josh says, "Do you put them back or take them for food?" I only take what I need, and me, all I need is one drum. One freshwater drum is more than a meal for me. Everything else I'll let back in here. Abby says 2 freshwater drum, 1 channel catfish, and oh, you're so close, Abby. Tell you what, let me get a little closer to you. Okay. Let's see, 2 freshwater drum, 1 carp, 1 gar, and 1 channel. So you just needed to add a gar to that and a carp. If you get that in there, and I'll pin that for you. Let's see. Abby says I'm excited to count fish. Let's see. And Dakota, how you doing, Dakota? Dakota says, "Hey, Mike." Let's see. Herbert. Herbert says, "Hey, I got a new way to catch fish." Abby says, "I hope you get things worked." Dakota says, "I hope you get things worked out." Me too, my friend. I don't know how much longer my back can take sleeping on the ground. That was pretty good. He was popping on it pretty good there. Abby says, "Thank you so much." Abby says, "Yep." Munchie says, "Yep. Rest in peace, Dolly Parton." Yeah. Again, yep, rest in peace. All right, that's pretty close, Abby. Fish on, folks. Yikes. Uh-oh. That's pretty big, whatever it is. Yeah, you got it. Finally got it right, folks. And, yep, got another one. Bubbles on this one. What have I got this time? Whoa, girl, whoa. Man, these guys are fired up. I think I got a big drum. Not sure. Fighting like a drum. Yep, massive drum. Yep, this is just a big old drum, folks. This is just about as big as that carp we got. All right, we got her, folks. That's about uh, 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 I'll go about maybe 4 pounds. Not quite a 5 on this one, but she might go 5. Yeah, it's got a big belly on her. Awesome fish, folks. Another one just lightly pecking on it. Incredible, my friends. I love it. Man, that is a nice freshwater drum. This is way too big to keep. These are the ones I let go and let them breed. That way you get those bigger, those smaller, more tasty fish in here, and let these bigger ones make the smaller ones. Incredible fish, my friends. Look at the blues and the silvers and chromes on that fish. Incredible. Gotta love it. All right, let's get him in here close for you guys. Yeah, I'm gonna go about. I'll go about 4 pounds on this one. Not quite a river brute, but getting there. Yeah, she's just got a big old belly on her. Look at that, folks. I love it. All right, buddy. Let's get you back in the water. See, buddy. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. See how they go? They try to go belly up unless you give them a toss. Look at that. Yeah, they just don't do good in shallow water. There he goes. Now, if I'd have given him a little bit toss, head straight, he'd have been fine. And just when you got it right, Abby, you got to do it again. I am so sorry, Abby. These fish are they're doing that today. They are not giving us a chance to get things pinned up properly. Yikes, that really tangled up on me. All right. That spun me good. So now 3 freshwater drum. So 3 drum, 1 carp, 1 gar, and 1 channel cat. You can just say catfish. I think I'll put that in the chat so you can just copy that, Abby. Make sure I get that right. If someone wants to help, put that in the chat for Abby so she can get that in there right. I'll pin that for her. Yeah, we're not even using double worms right now, folks. We're just using single worms out here. That's how fast they're hitting. Yeah, I know it's kind of tricky when I wind up getting 3 and 4 species down here on a normal basis, Abby. That's how it is down here sometimes. And we just did something here. We really, what are we doing here? Now I gotta find my spot in chat again. Crap. Dandy huge carp, nice catch. Abby says so beautiful. Dan says love drum. Gail says big one. Let's see, 22 incredible people in. Yep, you were right on 103 thumbs up. We've broken the 100 barrier. Dakota, we've broken 100. Abby says 3 freshwater drum. Let me put this in chat so you can get it right, Abby. Just copy this. 3 drum. 1. Oh boy. Even I messed it up. It won't back off. There we go. See, 1 catfish. Oh, come on. 1. Got to go from gar and 1 carp. There you go, Abby. Just copy that, and that should be fine. Well, again, I lost my spot in chat. Let's see. Dan says I'm gaming more now, leading our alliance on Doomsday for an hour. I wish you all the best for now. All right, thanks for coming in, my friend. I hope you have fun. Abby says I got it. Let me catch up with chat here, Bonnie, and I'll Abby, and I'll uh, pin that up. Let's see. Bonnie says every time someone types it in, the cat Mike gets another fish. I'm so sorry, folks. I'm trying not to hook them right now. That was another one, Mike. And seeing Heather, how you doing today, Heather? Heather says, "Hey everyone, hope you're all well. Hope you're doing well too, Heather. I'm doing okay." Abby says, "Thank you so much." Let's see. Sia, how you doing, Sia? C says hi. Get it? C says hi. Abby says hi, Hef. Let's see. Heather says hi. Oh, another bite. Let's see. Cuz says hello, Heather. Let's see. And Timmy says, "I want a contest with the fishing equipment." Awesome, my friend. Hope you enjoy the show, Timmy, and your new equipment. Abby says I lost it. Abby says hit that like button and subscribe and sub. Yep, don't forget to smash that bell, my friends, as well. Win chat with 100 likes. And they're with the explosion emojis. Abby says WWWs. Let's see. Dakota says we're going to have to call this place, Mike. Dakota says we're going to have to call this place, Mike. Yeah, you got it right, Abby. Let me pin that. Yep, that is right, Abby. There you go. Thank you, Abby. Got it. That line is slack. And no wonder I couldn't tell a bite. That line was totally slack. Got the majority of the worm off on us. Hang on, folks. Let me get another worm on here, and I'll get back right back into chat. Hope you guys enjoy the show. That's the name of the this live feed. Please enjoy. All right, that's stabilized. Make sure that line is tightened up. And these guys are on fire down here today. I can barely even keep the rods out. As soon as those suckers hit the bottom, I'm getting bites. Let's see. Green River, how you doing today, Green River? Green River says howdy, Mike. And Fishy Things, how you doing, my friend? Fishy Things with all the Fishy Things emojis. How you doing today, Fishy Things? Dakota says, Mike Place 01 Riverside Drive. that'd be interesting getting packages down here. Yeah, avoid that copperhead to your left. Let's see. Abby says hi, fishing. Fishy Thing says, what do, Mike? Now you doing? Abby says hi. I agree. Green River says, hey, Abby. Green River says, hey, everybody. And Crazy says, hey, Cajun. Crazy with all the, Crazy says, hey, Fishy Things with all the fishy emojis. I got you that one. That was a weird one. Got me on that one. Let's see, 30 people in and 111 likes, my friends. Let's see, Katala. How would I say that? Catalina, how you doing today, Catalina? Oh, Catalina says hi. Tricky sometimes when you got to read the whole tag. How you doing today, Catalina? Get back here. Another Houdini. Ooh, yep. Our first leg cramp, folks. It must be getting an hour in an hour or so. Ooh, that one stung. I think I need some more potassium in my diet. It's very possible. I only got eaten a banana in about 2 weeks. I actually like bananas. Love banana splits. And I haven't eaten a banana shake in a long time either. Yeah, now it got me thinking of bananas. That's weird. That's just weird when you start thinking of something like out of the nowhere. And like, why am I thinking of that for? I was like, huh? Why'd that pop into my head? What the heck? I'm still hitting on it too. Come on, buddy. Hit it. Stinker, I hate it when they pick it up and drop it like that. Just expect me to set the hook, and I don't set the hook, so they don't get the worm off. And then they get mad at me. Get off there. All right. See how fast he hits this time. Another big old barge going by. That's a tugboat. That's not even the barge part. That's just a tugboat part of it. And we haven't checked our big rod in a while, so let's see what's going on with it. And the bait's gone. Yeah, just disappeared. And that worm is gone, gone. It's in somebody's stomach. I saw that rod peck again. Got him, folks. Fish on. What do we got? Another freshwater drum. Yeah, that's bait size there. Another one, folks. Hey, we're still catching them, my friend. Boy, that's a pretty little guy there. Yeah, these are prettier guys, folks. Very, very beautiful silvers on this guy. Gotta love it, my friends. Another nice fish. Gotta love it. Come here, buddy. Hold still. Hold still, buddy. Look at the silvers on this guy when I get him here close. Just look at those colors. Oh, yeah. He tried. He tried, my friends. All right, buddy. Let's get you back in the water. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate it. Man, it is right now. As soon as someone gets the chat right, I wind up catching another fish. This is just fun, folks. It is. This is just fun. Back out here. Tell you what, let's get a little bit more distance off of this one. Get her out there a little deeper this time. That's where that last big carp hit, was out there a little deeper. So let's get her out there a little deeper. Yeah, that's pretty much the exact same distance. Well, yeah, I was right in the middle of checking our big rod because it'd been sitting out there for a few minutes without a bite, and the bait was gone. So and that other rod went down as well again. Remember, I've said on my feeds I do eat fish when I have to. And right now, with not a lot of funds, you can save a few dollars on a meal down here. Let's see, Bonnie says, I eat bananas all the time. And crazy with the fish on fishy emojis. Thank you, my friend. Those are members only emojis. Gil says, today's a National Banana Split Day. Gil says, little drummy. Yeah, I have used cut bait down here. I get some nice blue cat, but almost impossible to keep it away from the gar this time of the day down here. Once night falls, you can usually get them on like cut freshwater drum. Our last night feed, I got 3 nice blue cat between 7 and 15 pounds plus a common carp. Now obviously the common carp was on worm, but yeah. That's with the fish on emojis. Wait, who is that? Boy, I cannot pronounce that. There's no way I can get that PBI. But thank you for coming in, my friend. I'm just gonna say P. How you doing, P? P says hi. 31 people in, and let's see, 115 likes. Awesome, my friends. Let's see, Dakota says, all right, 115 likes for Mike. And I really do appreciate you guys dropping by and chatting with me. And I'm glad I can put on an incredible show for everyone. It's just amazing down here how these guys can hit sometimes. All right, let me get a drink of coffee. My throat is really going, finally. It took how long for me to... Okay. Not too bad. Yeah, the sun's heating up the sand pretty good. It's got my coffee still hot. I'm being very careful with that. I don't want to have to drive on my scooter down and get another cup. Oh, there's a bite on worm. Oh, got him, folks. Fish on. Uh-oh. That's pretty good, whatever it is. What do we got this time? Oh, another nice big drum. Yeah, solid 2 pounds on this one. Come here, big guy. Yeah, that's probably about 3. Yeah, that'll go about 3 pounds, folks. Boy, that is a really silvery, beautiful colorations on this guy, folks. Ah. Yeah, you're gonna be mean fish, aren't you? All right, there we go. And these guys just don't like to be held by the mouth sometimes. Yeah, there we go, folks. That's 3rd, 4th, 5th. I'm gonna have to count in chat. I think this is our 5th or 6th of these guys today. Incredible fish, folks. I'll go about... that's a little thin. I'll go about 2.5 on this one. A little thinner than our last one. Gotta love it, my friends. Gotta love it. Beautiful fish, folks. Yep, he was gonna do that. I knew he was gonna do it. Let me wash him off real quick here. Open your mouth, stinker. The faster you open your mouth, the faster I can show you off, and the faster you can get back in the water. Jeez, it's like being stubborn, fishy. All right, here we go, folks. There we go, folks. Get her air closer for you guys. Beautiful fish, my friends. Incredible colors. I love these guys. Gotta love it. Let's get him in here closer for you guys. He wants to go home. Yeah, this is about as big as I keep if I was keeping them. And even this would be getting a little bit... I'd never be able to finish this off. All right, buddy. Jeez, look at that. That's my other rod. He's on there. Fish on, folks. Man, I thought that was a fish hitting the surface. It was trying to pull my rod in. That's a big channel cat. Or is that? I can't tell what that is yet. Yep, yeah, nice channel cat. Oh, buddy. Yeah, that's 3 or 4 pounds. Yeah, that one about got it in. I'm sure you guys are yelling in the background, Mike, your MVP, your rod, your rod, your rod. Never mind. Yeah, that's an easy 4. That's some strong 8-pound test, ain't it? Yeah, this is just 8-pound Berkeley Trilene XT. This stuff is pretty tough. Come here, big girl. Come here. Yeah, another gorgeous one. Oh yeah, that'll go about 5. And no problem on this one. This will go about 5 pounds, folks. Now that is a incredibly beautiful channel catfish. Yeah, he is not happy. Yeah, this is a cat, folks. This is one of our tomcats. Oh, dude, come on. Sheesh. He just kept flipping and flipping and flipping. Dang, dude. Trying to show you off to YouTube and then you can go home. Get back to your pride. Incredible fish, my friends. Yeah, that'll go about 5. Beautiful fish, folks. Look at those golden bronze. Just textbook, picture perfect. Incredible fish, my friends. You see that? He was hooked and slapping the surface on the rod, boy. Gotta love it, my friends. Ah, gotta love it. Check that guy out. Incredible. Every day, you never know what you're going to catch down here. Every day, it's something different. All right, girl, let's get you in here closer for you guys to check this beautiful cat out. Gotta love it. Oh, that is one beautiful channel catfish. Beautiful. All right, buddy, let's get the hook out of you and we get you back in the water. And you got that right in the lower lip. That's a perfect spot. Look at that. Fell out. Incredible fish, my friends. All right, let's get him back in the water. Yeah, please don't forget to like and subscribe, my friends. Like, subscribe, share us out. If you haven't already, share us out. Whew. Man, God, it's one of them days, folks. It's one of them days where, man, you getting to start feel them decades piling up on that back of yours. It's just, ooh, doggy. What was I doing? All right, let's get these rods back out and get back in the chat. Yeah, you got to add another freshwater drum and another channel catfish to the list. I'm so sorry, folks. I can't keep these fish off the hook. That one wouldn't let go of the hook. He kept on going. He was trying to get the rod in. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Whew. All right, folks, that's about right. Now you guys can see why I like the water low down here. Because it concentrates these fish in like certain areas. These back currents are so much easier to fish than those main currents. Yeah, the only thing that saved that rod stuck on that line stuck on the bark on that. I think that catfish would have got my rod in. You see me always looking backwards, folks, when I've got a fish on showing you guys. Because I know they got some kind of ESP to tell them when I got a fish on showing them on YouTube. Like there's a fish out there going, hey, he's showing Robert off on YouTube. Pull his rod in, pull his rod in. Get it, get it. Oh, dadgummit, you hooked yourself. What's wrong with you, Robert? Folks. Making sure I'm not talking to myself again. I've done that down here. Let's see. Dakota says, all right, 115 likes. Dakota says, you seem like a pretty cool dude, Mike. I try to stay positive. Yeah, I've seen people with a lot worse situations than me. And I'm more than happy and grateful to have learned how to. Anything Bob, he taught me how to do live streams like this, and so did Modog. Those are the two individuals that taught me how to do these live streams, to be able to chat and enjoy the outdoors with you guys. Now it's 6 freshwater drum, 2 channel, yeah, another bite. Oh, every cast down here. That's just incredible right now. I can't keep the rods out. I try to keep positive energy, moving forward and all that stuff. He said there's a lot of people with a lot worse situations than me. Yeah, I'm walking around, I'm talking, I'm breathing, I'm out here fishing. I've got moderately good health at least. Things could be a lot worse. See, another big one. Must have been eating all that Mike's corn yesterday. It's very possible. These guys could be stacked in here because I had a can of corn float down here into the corner and probably sunk. Abby says, so beautiful. Thank you, Abby. Gil says, nice drum. Thank you, my friend. Let's see, and David. How you doing, David? Let's see. David says, is there a counselor to help the fish? I think so. There actually is. Let's see. Abby says, 3 drum fish. So now I think it's like 6 freshwater drum, Abby. 2 channel catfish. Uh, 1 carp and 1 gar. Gail says, fishing frenzy. Abby says, hi, Paul. Let's see him, Paul. How you doing today, Paul? Paul says, hey, Mike. Nice fish. Thanks, my friend. Let's see, crazy with all the cool fish on emojis. Those are members emojis, my friends. Just 99 cents will get you on members only. Paul says, hey, Abby. And all the heart emojis. Dakota says, that's on the pole. That was way out there. Where you caught that carp. Yep. Abby says, love you, Paul. These fish should give me a break for a minute. Let's see, Paul says, we love you, Abby. Paul says, another fish. Let's see. Abby says, I gotta stay strong. So beautiful. Abby says, 5 freshwater drum. Let's see it, Spawn. How you doing today, Spawn? Spawn says, hello, everyone. Bravo, bravo, hello from Hungary. And good drip. Good grip to you too, my friend. Abby says, so beautiful of a fish. Let's see, and Chris. How you doing today, Chris? Chris says hi. And John. John says, good afternoon from Colombia. The sun is scorching even in the shade. It's not too bad out here, about 85 to 90. It could be worse. We've been out here in 105 degree plus days, so that's the end. Les says, I just heard a country legend, Dolly Parton, died. Yep, prayers in the chat, my friend. I was looking up on that, and the first time someone put that in, I accidentally deleted that message. But while I was looking for that, I accidentally did that. That's a shame. That's the end. Swamp subs up. What to see up, MVP? Looks nice over there. It's raining over here, and good luck. All right, my friend. I said it's about 85 to 90 out here. It's a pretty good, cool, good day. And Jay Fishing, how you doing today, Mark? And Jay Fish says MVP. How you doing today, Mark? And Jay says, I thought Dolly Parton died 20 years ago. No, I don't think so. Let me check real quick. I was in the middle of doing this and I accidentally. I hate to. I hate to do this. Yep, Dolly Parton passed away today. I'm afraid it is true, Mark. That's the second time I checked that. That is a shame. She was a Hollywood legend. And she will be sorely missed. Let's give a minute of silence for Dolly Parton, okay, folks? All right, I guess it's been about a minute. Again, tip our hats for Dolly Parton. All right, rods are back out, folks. Let's get back into chat. See what's going on. Let's see. Crazy says, yep, she was absolutely a legend. That's him. Black Wolf asks, where are you fishing at? This is St. Louis, Missouri, my friend. We're down in the mighty, muddy Mississippi River. Let's see. LA. How you doing today, LA? LA says hi. And Black Wolf says, yeah, says, yes, Dolly Parton was the best. Yep. Great actress, humanitarian, mother. Let's see. Black Wolf says nice. Incredible vocalist. Yeah. Let's see. Park asks, what's my favorite fish? Let's see, my favorite would have to be smallmouth. Coming secondarily to flathead would have to be my favorite. Then smallmouth, then largemouth. Uh, you know what? Then carp. I love catching carp. Yeah, carp come in a close fourth. It's just because I can catch carp all over the country, just about in every park, every lake, every river. And they put up a heck of a fight. Let's see, Park says I subscribe. Awesome to hear that, my friend. I hope you enjoy the show. I think you'll enjoy the content. 32 and 128 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. That was a big one. I don't know what that was. That almost looked like a buffalo. Well, maybe those are some of those tech bites we're missing. Let's see. Dakota says, I don't think Dolly had any children. Huh. I thought she was a mother. Hmm. Or maybe she had a dot. I'm not. Oh boy, I have to look that up. I'm sorry if I've got that wrong. I know she was married a number of. I know she was married. It's just so hard to keep up with Hollywood stuff nowadays. It's just so many names and people to keep up with nowadays. It's kind of crazy. You guys know what I mean? Like every every 5 minutes, you're hearing about someone doing something and someone doing something. It's hard to keep up with. For the life of me, I thought Dolly Parton either had a daughter or she all had adopted. Well, let me look that up real quick. Oh, yeah, that's how I did it. Yeah, she helped raise a number of her smaller siblings. That's how I got them mixed up. I'm so sorry about that. Let's see. Park asks, "What am I using for bait?" Just garden variety night crawlers, my friend. Let's see. Black says she has 4 adopted kids. Let's see. Dakota says, "No problem, Mike. She and her girls were pretty famous." Parker says, "What are you using for bait?" Let's see. And Alan. Alan with the 1-1. How you doing today, Alan? Crazy said she did more for others and the community in that area than most people. She gave back so much. Yep, Dakota's got it right. Worms. Usually we have corn, but today we're just using worms. 30 people in and 133 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. There's a peck peck. Come on, buddy. Hit it. You know, eventually with this level, I'm going to wind up hooking a stripe or something down here. Because these guys, there are some big stripers that Pop up. Come on. Why you guys keep pecking on? Dadgummit. Hit them. Commit. Do you want the worm or not? It's surprising what you know and what you don't know about some of our higher celebrities. And what you think you know might not be right. Yeah, we're getting low on worms, folks. I didn't think more than 30, I mean, 3 dozen night crawlers out here would last more than about 3.5, 4 hours with these guys. And we've been in about close to 3 hours now. So pretty much what I expected. I couldn't get out to get any corn today. It took too long to dig these worms. And yeah, with it taking like 2 hours to dig like 3 dozen night crawlers down here. Yeah, my old landlord, he kind of tore up my old worm beds. The place I used to live, my worm beds are gone, so I'm gonna have to start from scratch wherever I go. It's hard digging bait down here, folks. It is. I got to go way back into the hollows back there to find them, which is not fun. There's a lot of copperheads and stuff down there. Every log I gotta look underneath. I gotta check and make sure there's nothing underneath it. Bite already. Every single cast out here, just pop, 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 pop. Sometimes they'll commit to it and hit it all the way. Sometimes they don't. In fact, a lot of times they don't. But every once in a while, they'll grab it and run with it. I mean, heck, if I could always go back there and take the tripod back there for a little bit and see if I could get a big old gar on a rooster tail. I still see a few of them hitting back there in the shallows. There's bound to be one that I can hook up. Landing them things are pretty much, yeah, it's up to them whether or not they want to hit it enough to be able to get the hook in the suckers. All right. I think it's time to set a spell in the sand and chat with everyone. Yeah, we've got enough worms to have a set spell. Down here and relax. Let's see. Alan says good, and you? Doing okay, my friend. Still living down here on the river, trying to wait for the first of the month. That way we can afford a new place. And there's a bite on that far rod already. The moment I sit down, hopefully. Let's see. Gail says Dolly was married to her husband for since 1966 until his death last year. I do know she was married. I do remember that. I think she was divorced once. I'm not 100% sure about that. So Gail says copperheads make good bait. You ain't getting me grabbing them stupid. It ain't gonna happen. I've already got bit by one of them suckers once in my life. That ain't fun. Let's see. Crazy says, oh, let's see. Park asks, what's the biggest you fish you've caught today? Uh, Probably that common carp was about maybe 5. Yeah, guess about 5.5 pounds. That channel catfish was a close one. Yeah, that channel cat was maybe about 4.5, 5 pounds as well. Oh yeah, we did get that one drum that was probably about 6.5, 7 pounds. So our biggest was about 7 pounds. That freshwater drum. I got you. Let's see. Crazy says you can have that bait. Dakota says 135 likes, Michael. Yep. 21 people in and 136 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. And Joey, how you doing today, Joey? Joey says hi. How you doing today, my friend? That little stinker's still hitting it down there too. I can see that rod bouncing. I better go check it. Come on. You can just feel him nibbling on it. I'm moving that worm away from him. He's just nipping at it and nipping at it. He's like a little kitten following a piece of string. It's like MVP, set the hook, set the hook, set the hook. Not gonna happen. I'm too low on worms. You guys are gonna have to pull it for me to set the hook. Stupid wing knot. Dang it. I wanted that out there farther than that. That's better. All right, rod's back out, folks. Yeah, I was just nipping and nipping and nipping at it. Wouldn't commit. And this one looks like it tried to get part of the worm off and quit. I see him popping on, pop, pop. Got him, folks. Fish on. Popped off. Dang it. I don't know how that happened. Why is my drag so loose again? Oh, what the heck? It does that sometimes. It loosens up on its own. Yeah, that hook's completely exposed. That should have stuck in him. Oh, well. Yeah, we got about 5 or 6 worms left. It's enough to get a number of bites still because we're just using single worms. We're not even doubling them up right now. These guys are so actively feeding, it doesn't really matter. Bite on that one. Oh, dude. Dang it. How did I miss that fish? That line was just pop, 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 pop. All right, let's get back to chat, folks. It is getting a little warm out here right now. It's actually getting just a little bit hot. Let's see. Crazy with the fish on emojis. And off. Yep. Sorry, crazy. It happens. Yeah, that's my backup account, folks. Always like to put it in at least once a feed. Let's see. 24 incredible people in and 137 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Close rod. Pick, pick, pick. Missed him. And he still ain't got that worm off yet. Old stinker still ain't got that worm off. Let's see. Gail says only 82 degrees here. Very nice. It's 89, so it's not too much warmer. But we are down here on a sandy beach in the sun. Bambi says, "Hey, Alan, Joe, Pep, Mike, how you doing, Bambi? Daughter, got engaged. Awesome. Congratulations." Bambi says, 136, y'all. Been doing great. Hope you enjoy the show today, Bambi. And again, congratulations. I hope it's congratulations. Bambi says, hello, Bambi. Alan asks, you got anything? Let's see. Today we've caught 6 freshwater drum, 2 nice channel catfish, a gar, and a nice common carp. Still getting bites, too. Debbie says, thank you, sweetie. Alan says, yo, good. Hope you're having a good day, Alan. Poor Rod. It's out there pretty deep. I wonder what the heck that is. Yeah, that's where we caught our last big channel catfish and carp out there, was out deeper. Now, the first one about a pound and a half, 2 pounds was in here close. But that bigger one was out there a little deeper. And what did he do to the worm? Yeah, just nibbling on the back end of it. Don't have many of these little guys left. Said I only dug 3 dozen today, which is still like $15 worth of worms in the store, and they don't work half as good as these freshly dug. Yeah, these freshly dug worms work extremely well. In fact, sometimes too well. You can't keep them on the hook. Everything eats them. Look at that. I just put a worm on there too, and look at it's about gone again. That's a terrible cast, Michael. That's better. That's better, folks. All right, let's get back into chat. Dang it, really? I hate it when I do that. I hate it when that was close. Really, it's a bite on the close rod already. Just popped it hard once. That was a nice pop, too. Shook that big Mad Cat Series rod pretty good. Let's see, Bambi says, hey, cuz. Bambi says, it definitely is. Let's see, Bambi says, man, with the fish as usual. And Smarty Pants, you know me, Bambi. I like to put on a show. Let's see, Smarty says, hi, guys. Smarty says, hi, y'all. How's y'all day been? Pretty good. Got a couple super sticker donations. Got a donation from PayPal to make it to the end of the month. It's been a pretty good day, along with the incredible fishing action down here today. Bambi says, good, Smarty, and thank you. Smarty says, yeah, anytime. Bambi says, sorry so slow in the laptop. At the keyboard. Used to a phone. I know that feeling. Let's see, Smarty says, who else just got out of school? That's a, I don't know, big rod. Hopped up pretty good. Got him, folks. Fish on. Fish on, my friends. I didn't get out of school. I've been down here all day. Hey, a third channel catfish. That is a kitten, folks. That is a little bitty kitten. That's a little kitten. Hi, kitten. Hi, buddy. Hi, buddy. That's a little kitten. Cute little kitten. Yeah, he's got his mouth clamped shut. Come on, open up. There we go. Yeah, that is a cute little kitten, folks. That's still our third channel catfish of the day. But the first two could have eaten this guy. Pretty little kitten, folks. Beautiful little kitten. Gotta love it, my friends. Gotta love it. Pretty little guy. Look at that little eyeball on that guy. Aren't they cute with the whiskers? Hey, buddy. All right, buddy. See ya. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate it. Hey, at least I hooked that one. Barely. Give or take. I think I hooked itself. Hey, we're still catching fish, folks. Even now, we're about out of bait, and we're still catching fish. Never give up on MVP streamers until he's all the way done, because you never know when he's going to hook something ridiculous down here. That's a big one. Just hit the surface right in front of me. That was monstrous. I think I'm casting out too far. And I know I didn't have any time to get a can of corn, or in fact, honestly, I didn't have enough money today to get any corn. It does cost the cheap stuff. It doesn't really work great for carp. You need bigger kernels, and those that more expensive ones cost about $1.56. The cheap cans cost like I think 70 cents. That's good for trout, but not really for these carp and stuff. Let's see, Gregory. Gregor says, hi, friends. What's the name of the river where you're fishing? Oh, this is the mighty, muddy Mississippi River down in St. Louis, Missouri, my friend. Marty says, can't blame you. And Jim asks, is it the Ohio River? Nope, the Mississippi. Bambi's got it right. Bambi says, the mighty Mississippi. Smarty says, I used to feel the same way. Now I'm better on a keyboard than a phone. I actually learned how to use a keyboard first before I used a phone. Because back in the day, we used to have like computer classes. So so when I was in school, they were just starting to transition over to potential use. They were thinking, okay, we might be starting to make some interesting computer stuff in the next 40 or so odd years. And yeah, in fact, I started typing on a little typewriter. A typing class. Let's see. Bambi says close. Alan says, what in rig you throwing? Oh, Carolina rigs. Now I'm out of weights. I've been living down here on the river for a while, so I'm just using lug nuts and washers. I have those connected to a like a drop shot uh, type rig where that's sliding up and down the hook on a bread wrapper. That's extremely cheap. We all have all those like big old containers of lug nuts and washers. I've got a short feed of how to rig those up. That little bread wrapper technique I use. Check it out. Let's see, Jim. Okay, how's the fishing? Doing okay. We've got let's see, 6 freshwater drum, 3 channel catfish, a carp, and a gar. Bambi says, right, most people. Ellen says, you're so cute. Jim says, Snoopy size. Yep, that's aquarium size. Cuz says, nice. Bambi says, fish count below. Click. Bar rod. Aw, you little stinker. That's hitting it pretty good out there. And you never know what these bites are. Every bite we've had, except for that one nice channel catfish, has been little peck bites. Now, that one channel cat tried to pull her in, but that's a rarity. That usually don't happen down here, folks. Majority of the bites are peck bites. Like if I'd have waited for the fish to pull the rods, I would have only caught one fish today. They just don't pull the rod much, especially in these back currents. All right, let's get back to the chat. Uh, let's see. Smarty says, nice catch. Gil says, kitty minnow. Bambi says, woo the fish. Abby says, how many fish now? Let's see, 6 drum. Let's see, 3 catfish, a carp, and a gar. Bambi with the fishy emojis. Marty says, no clue. Bonnie with the heart emojis. Abby says, so beautiful. Bambi says, hi, Bonnie. Malik, how you doing today, Malik? Malik says, why have I first seen that Dolly Parton is, yep, she passed away. Yeah, we had a minute of silence during the live stream for her. Malik, yeah, prayers for Dolly. Let's see, Abby says, hi, fun. Abby says, and Abby, of course. Abby says, I miss Dolly Parton. Malik says, hi, Abby. Abby says, it's just happened. They just told us about it today. Abby says, I know, she was great. And see, Fortunate, how you doing, Fortunate? Fortunate says hello. How you doing today, Fortunate? Fortunate says, fishing is the best sport. Yep, it's heart releasing. It puts a load off your chest. Relaxing, enjoyable, entertaining. It's fun. It's exciting. Yep. Abby, so 6 freshwater drum, 3 catfish, a gar, and a carp. Let's see, Bambi says, you came to the right place. Bambi says, do it again. Bambi says, we will wait to rewind. See what he said. I will try to and get it for you. Is my mic feed off? No, it's not. It's on. Just checking. Yeah, you had the amount of drum right, but you need to add 3 catfish, 1 carp, and 1 gar. Yep, Cuz has got it right there. Let's see, Bambi says, thank you, Cuz. You're awesome. Let's see, Thulo, how you doing today, Thulo? Thulo says hi. Bambi says hi again. Hi, Bambi. Hi, Bambi. Let's see, 28 people in and 150 thumbs up. Awesome. Alan says, yo, what is your PB? Man, you have to be more specific for me. I've been fishing 55 years. Uh, Catfish, bass, carp, uh, walleye, pike, sauger, sturgeon. What's my biggest fish ever? Yeah, you just be a little bit more specific there. I fished all around the country from Lake Michigan all the way down to the Gulf of Mexico. Now, I still haven't caught a peacock bass. That's one of my things I've always wanted to fish for. And I haven't caught a snakehead yet. Those are the 2 species I really want to go for. The biggest carp. Let's see, grass carp has got to be in the 80s. It's way over the state record. Common carp, I'm gonna go about 45 to 50. Yeah, those are on measurements, so. No, I don't think I've even weighed my biggest buffalo. Man, that's got to be in the 40s or 50 pounds. I've got one on Fish Brain over 50. Let's see. Jason says, caught an eel out of the Mississippi. Yeah, there's some nice, let's see, American eels. They show up on the full moon cycles usually. Usually catch maybe one if you come out here during the night and fish on the full moon. They're very good bait, actually. Bambi says number 1. Bambi says 1972. Kid says hi. James says kid. Kid says hi, James. Let's see. I'm gonna pin this up, Abby. Oh, there's a bite on worm again. Got him, folks. Fish on. What do we got? Gar. Uh-oh. Let me see if I can get this fish in. Come on, big guy. You guys know how hard these guys are to get in. Hey, we got him. That's our second gar of the day. Ha ha. Man, these guys are tough to land. That's about maybe 4-pounder. Yikes, dude. Don't wrap up with my line and every sheesh. Yeah, this one's having a hissy fit. Yeah, the hook is out, folks. Hook fell out. Yeah, that's about 3.5, maybe about 4 pounds. We're gonna clean this guy off for you guys so you get a better look at him. Yeah, the best way to grab these guys is right in the middle of their bodies. And he just took a look at him. He's trying to bite me, dude. Give it up. Give it up. Yeah, that's another spotted gar. Beautiful fish, my friends. Man, these guys are mean. Man, he's nipping, man. Look at that. Yeah, this one is. Now, I had a short feed recently. They're mean. This guy, look at him. He is trying to bite me in midair. Woohoo, dude. Gotta love it, my friends. And I've got this guy in a bear hold, and they still don't want to give up. Check this guy in here closer, folks. Look, oh, dude, he won't give me a chance to show you guys. All right. Ow, dude. Watch that tail. Yeah, he is mad. Look at him. Nipping at the camera. Come on, do it. Now he won't do it. Man, this guy is like seriously got some attitude. Oh well. I think he tuckered himself out finally. Maybe not. Awesome fish, folks. Gotta love it. Oh, yeah. Time to let you go. Time to let you go, buddy. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate it. And now I gotta reset the camera because we bounced it like 4 friggin' times. Oh, boy. Hey, it looks still okay. Don't spill my coffee, Michael. Don't do it. Just when people get the numbers right in chat of the fish, guess what? Yep, I caught another one. Hello, everyone, I'm back. If you get that right, Abby, I will pin that. Let me dry my hands off here. Yeah, wet fingers and a cell phone screen do not mix. Yeah, they just doesn't want to work when you do that. And what the heck am I on here now? All right, here we go. Let's see, son. How you doing today, son? Sonner says hi. Okay, with the fishy emojis. And Bam says, James, I love profile pics. So cute. Bambi says, woo. Alan says, yo, nice fish. Thanks, Alan. Okay, with the fire emojis and the fishy emojis. James says, Bambi. That's my wingman. James says, thank you. Bonnie says, whoa, get another gar. Bambi says, really cute. Bambi says, yes, sir. Gail says, yeah, another spotted gar. Bambi says, nope, not showing. You my long nose. Let's see, James says, put him in the water. He's back, my friend. Let's see, Bambi says, I guess Abby left. Yeah, the thing about gar is they can breathe out of water for about 3 hours. They actually have lungs. That's something people don't really realize about gar. They can live in water with no oxygen by coming up to the surface and gulping air. They're extremely strong. James says, added spot, Abby. Abby says, added spot, gar. Abby says, I'm here. Abby says, 2 cuz fish count. James says, there you are. Abby says, so beautiful. Yeah, you see up there, Abby, cuz I believe put the proper count in here. Yeah, right there, he's got 6 drum, 3 channel catfish, a carp, and a gar. If you want to do that, that'd be fine. Now, I have caught 2 gar, but that's okay. Yeah, them gar are mean, folks, eh? Nothing to play with. Now, I do it because I've been doing this for years. I know how to grab those things exactly right. And on occasion, they have gotten me, too. I'm just going to mention that. Let's throw that out right there. I wound up in the hospital once with multiple teeth in my hand. Because those little teeth, those little spines, they break off in your skin. And they won't come out. I noticed the mic feed died on us. I don't know how long we were out. Hopefully not that entire fight sequence, but we've been in 3 hours and 6 minutes, so it's just finished. That's okay if we miss one fight sequence. It's not like you guys didn't get to see it. You guys get to hear it. Okay. That's okay. Big old grass even just surfaced right there, man. Another one right there. Big gar. That was a big dark one. The last one we got was a real light colored one. That was almost dark as black. These guys supposed to be coming out of some really crystal clear water or something. See that coloration. Terrible. I don't know why I did that. I got that first. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Doing that. I just set back out, folks. Back into chat. Again, I'm sorry about the mic feed running out on us again. It happens. We can still chat here. There you are. Lisa's so beautiful. And sound guard to cuz. Fish count plus. Count please, Abby. Let's see here. Oh, there's a bite on a close rod again. That quickly. All right. How the heck did I back. So beautiful. Add a spot, yeah, just add a guard to that, to the regular total up there, Abby. And Rusty Waters, how you doing today, Rusty Waters? Rusty Waters says hi. Let's see, Bambi says hi. Bambi says perfect. Let's see, Kid, how you doing today, Kid? Kid says hi. And he says thank you so much. Rusty says hi. James says, wasn't long. Abby says hi, Rusty, for coming in. He says, Rusty, and welcome. Alan says, yo, when you ending your stream? We've just been by the 3-hour mark, so we'll try to fish a little bit longer. Let's see how long we've really been in. 3 hours and 20 minutes. I guess we'll give it another maybe 10 minutes. Get to 3 and a half hours. Debbie says Eagle Landing. James says, are we stuck? Debbie says, I don't think so, just watching. He's laughing his butt off. Abby's laughing his butt off. Kid's also laughing his butt off. Everyone's laughing their butts off. That's the end, Parco. Parco says, I'm back. Thanks for coming back in. Debbie says, welcome. See, Bambi says, welcome back. Let's see, 20 people in and 160 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Let's see if we can get one more on for you guys. We've only got a couple more worms left anyway, so we're down to our last worm or two. When these are gone, they're gone. Yeah, we just got a couple more worms left anyways, folks. I think this might be our last one. I think I might have one more left, so we don't have much longer. Hope you guys enjoyed today. And he says, welcome back. He says, tearing fish up as usual. Thank you, Bambi. He says, places to be. Got you, my friend. Well, I do appreciate you staying in, James. If you got places to be, you got places to be. And thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoy the show. Yeah, we just got a couple more worms left anyway, so I think we're down to our last. This might be our last worm here. I have to go check. Yep, that was it. That was our last worm. I'm gonna put some sand in it so it doesn't blow away, but and that was these are our last worms, folks. I could cast around a reefer tail down here and continue catching my gar and stuff for quite a while. But I think we did a heck of a stream. I think we did a heck of a stream today. Let me take a couple casts to tail on here. Wait for this rod to go down to the last minute here. Usually when a big one will hit, down to my last one or two. I'll land on the rock. Well, come on, Casey, make up your mind. Gonna get it? Not gonna get it. What are you guys doing now? Hopefully I'll be able to get a can of corn the next time I'm down here. So you guys know that corn oftentimes you might not be able to get them to hit that corn, but a lot of times they'll start feeding better just because of having some extra baking water out there. Started pecking on it. I wonder why he quit. Now, let's get one more fish on for you guys. And this is actually a short feed for me. A lot of times I'll do 3 and 4 hour feeds. Come on, Nate, little stinker. He's thinking about it. Pecking on it pretty good. Get one more fish on for you guys. On it. Oh, got him. Got him, folks. We got him. And final drum. Awesome. Not great on the size, but still a fish is a fish. It's always great to end the day on a fish, my friend. Got him. So that's our 7th freshwater drum. So far today we've caught, I think we're going to end her now. Let's see, 7 freshwater drums, 3 channel catfish, a gar, and a common carp. Beautiful fish. I don't care if it's a lad, I don't care if it's a little guy. A fish is a fish. And it's always great to end the day on a fish, my friends. All right, buddy. Let's get you in here close for a little bit of a sandy drum. It's a sand drum. It's a sandy. Hi, Sandy. All right, gotta love it, my friends. All right. See you, buddy. All right, I think we're gonna end it, folks. Hope you guys enjoyed the show today. Let's see if I miss anybody in chat here. All right, Bambi says, yes, sir, and thank you. Bambi says, Angel, how you doing, Angel? Angel says, hi. Alan says, Alan, great stream, bro. I'm sorry for joining in so late. You're fine, my friend. Bambi says, no, he said, this place should be silly. Bambi says, hey there. So much for coming along. For the matter. Bambi says, these angels. James says, goodbye, everyone. Yep, have a great day. And tomorrow it's Thunderstuff's time. Head on over and watch Fishing. See you, Mike. All right, see you, buddy. Have a great rest of your day. Thomas says, wow, water went down more. How you doing, Thomas? Just thought to say in and say hi. And he says, woo. Alan says, a fish is a fish. You got it right, my friend. And see, Gail says, nice and good, sir. See, Thomas says, I have to go back and watch you. Take care. All right, I think we're gonna feed, folks. I'm just gonna add my old good luck, stay safe. Hope to see you part of my friends. Keep doing what you love. Keep them lines tight. I'll see you on the next one. Have a great rest of your day, my friends. Thank you. Appreciate it. Bye.